In Slovenia, I was a catalog model, which is what you call a model you order out of a catalog. Sometimes when I bounce light off my diamond, Donald's hair will chase it like a cat.
When Bill Maher dropped Melania Trump's marriage secrets live on air, Donald Trump reportedly went into full meltdown mode. It was chaos. Think Thanksgiving at the White House, only with more damage control and fewer dinner rolls. Trump scrambled to manage the fallout in real time, but Maher didn't hold back. His punchlines hit like uppercuts, turning a comedy segment into a moment of public humiliation. The Trump brand? Shattered by what can only be described as a truth bomb.
I hope I inspire little girls everywhere to marry for money. Oh, that's...
I'm expressing my affection for you. Don't respond like a robot. That wasn't just a throwaway line. It was the detonation. Maher said it straight-faced, live, and the room exploded with laughter and disbelief. Beneath the humor, though, was a brutal takedown of the Trump family dynamic. What started as stand-up comedy quickly turned into a surgical roast of the cold, transactional way Trump and Melania interact, broadcast for millions to see.
Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog. His show is dead.
Trump wasn't laughing. Sources say he was furious. Face red, voice raised, pacing like a caged bull. His team scrambled to bury the segment, but it was too late. The internet was already on fire. Twitter, TikTok, everywhere people were suddenly marriage analysts. And one question kept rising to the top. Is Melania a first lady or a prisoner in designer heels?
Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different.
This wasn't your average late-night roast. Maher came armed with metaphors and precision. At one point, he likened Trump to Slovenian cuisine. Bland, unwanted, and left untouched. An unflattering metaphor for their joyless marriage. Then he mocked Melania's apparent only job. Never reply when Trump says, "I love you," and jump when told. No questions asked. Maher framed it not as love, but as a scripted performance. Contract, not a connection.
My Secret Service codename is that poor woman.
And just when the room thought it had heard the worst, Maher delivered the most brutal punch. Allegedly, the Secret Service code name for Melania is that poor woman. Laughter came, but so did an uncomfortable truth. He painted her not as a trophy wife, but a trapped soul in a golden prison built on ego and silence.
A fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader.
Look at her public body language. Forced smiles, delayed handholds, awkward sidesteps. Speculation has brewed for years, but Maher said it plainly. She's in a gilded cage, the door always open, but she never walks out. He even compared her to a leprechaun wish gone wrong, beautiful, glittering, lucky, but powerless in the real game.
Joke. It's not a toy for rich idiots to play with.
That's what stung most. Not that Maher said something new, but that he said what so many were afraid to. Maybe Melania didn't sign up for this. Maybe she wanted glamour and riches but didn't read the fine print. And now she's stuck, smiling through the sadness.
The check. If you don't want to say it out loud, you can mow it into the corn.
People want to believe in the fairy tale. The model, the billionaire, the gowns, the red carpets. But Maher shattered that illusion and exposed what looked more like a business arrangement than a marriage. And it wasn't just about the Trumps, it was about how power masks dysfunction with luxury. Maher wasn't just mocking Melania. He was exposing a system where stillness is mistaken for elegance and silence for grace. He cracked the brand. And when your brand runs on illusion, one well-aimed joke can set the whole thing ablaze.
Different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold.
Trump didn't just let it slide. Behind closed doors, he reportedly flipped, ranting, pacing, and yelling at anyone nearby. Meltdown mode, fully engaged. And naturally, he sprinted to his favorite therapy couch, Truth Social, posting furiously, showing just how deeply he'd been wounded by a comedian with a mic.
I don't want to have a Trump with this man. I mean, he's not even a real person. It's just like a pop reference from the 80s. It's like having a spat with J.R. Ewing.
He even branded Maher a new enemy of the state, accusing him of traitorous humor and calling the segment vicious defamation, all because of a roast.
Melania Trump has spent just a few weeks here at the White House since her husband was inaugurated in January.
And Melania? Silent. No tweets, no cryptic Instagram stories. Nothing. And that silence was deafening. Because when the internet is dragging your marriage through the mud and you say nothing, people notice. Her lack of response became its own statement. What Maher did wasn't just a comedy segment. It was a cross between satire, psychological suspense, and political theater. And the world watched. Was it just performance art for voters, or a very public, very expensive unraveling of a marriage on national television? Maher never blinked, never walked it back. He didn't want to be right out loud. He wanted to say what no one else dared to. And oddly enough, even Melania seemed to approve, in her signature cold, diamond-cutting, shade-throwing way. That's Maher's brilliance. He wasn't being cruel. He was being ruthlessly honest. When he mocked Melania marrying for money, it wasn't tabloid fluff. It was a scalpel slicing into the myth that beauty, money, and fame can replace emotional depth. Private jets, massive prenups, a life built for show. Maher challenged the American obsession with appearances. Then came the leprechaun metaphor, silly at first but striking on reflection. Melania got the palace, the diamonds, the covers, but not the affection, the autonomy, or the joy. It was sorrow wrapped in Gucci. Maher didn't stop there. He questioned what power couple really means. Is it two equals ruling together, or one loud voice and one stiff smile?
So Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover at my side of the... And if I could tell my younger self just one thing, it would be this. If you catch a leprechaun and he gives you one wish...
Everything felt staged, and the reaction was thunderous. Louder than a 3 a.m. Trump tweet storm. Maher didn't just crack a joke. He opened a door. And what spilled out was a painfully familiar truth hiding behind a curtain of luxury, silence, and smoke.
I think what people like about him, he's just direct. He's very direct and he just lands it. He says what he says and he doesn't